As a full moon set over USA LaField last night, so did another loss at home. We're now 5-12 here as the Rangers' Colby Lewis stole the show with a 5-hit shutout. And tonight, Ozzie sends a southpaw to the bump to be a Johnny on the spot to try to even up the series at 1 apiece. And though the dog days of summer are still a couple of months away, that won't stop four-legged fans from taking over USA LaField as Dog Day in White Sox baseball coming up next. From beautiful USA LaField in the beautiful city, Chicago, Illinois, Comcast Sportsnet Plus presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Michael Young and the Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the finale of this brief two-game set. In the opener last night, it was Edwin Jackson against Colby Lewis. Edwin threw 112 pitches in 5 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs. We got shut out 4-0. Colby Lewis was just on top of his game. So tonight, trying to even up this brief series, Johnny Danks.
Johnny Danks looking for win number 1, and he wants it any way he can. Whether it's pretty or not pretty, he's got to win his first game, and he's got to do it against the team that brought him to professional baseball, the Texas Rangers. Lifetime, he's 1-3 against him, and Matt Harrison goes to the mound. An unlucky pitcher, because last time out he was leading 7-0 in the 4th inning, only to see the game get rained out. So he's 3-4 this year, but 2-0 lifetime against the Sox. So it's lefty against lefty, and we could really use a win.
Sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
From Comcast. Don't miss the action. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. Here's the matchup tonight with the first place Texas Rangers, and you can see why they are in first place. They've out-hit our Sox. They've scored almost 1 more run per game while hitting more homers, and the ERA has been a bit better. However, their bullpen is in somewhat disarray, and the Sox bullpen has been pretty good. And here is how Ron Washington is going to line them up for the Rangers this evening. Andy Chavez leads it off. He had a good night last night with Andrews sitting second. Then it's Kinsler, Michael Young, who's been red hot all year, Adrian Beltre, then Murphy, Napoli, Torrealba, and Craig Gentry, the speedster in center field, hitting 9th. The defense and how they line up behind Johnny Danks left to right. It's going to be Lillibridge, who's leading off and playing left field, along with Rios and Quinton. In the infield, Morrell back at third base with Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Johnny Danks. A deceptive 0-6 record. Last time out he had a very tough time, but by and large he's thrown the ball pretty well. And he'd love to beat the team that brought him into organized baseball, the Texas Rangers. It is a very pleasant night here by this spring standards. Clear skies, 54 degrees at game time. And the Sox looking for a win, coming off a terrific road trip last night, handled by Colby Lewis. And we'll see if the offense is going to come to play tonight. So we're ready for baseball, and I'm ready to turn over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. So happy you could join us for Game 2 of this brief two-game set. Andy Chavez will step in, hitting at .214. Chavez 3 for 5 with a couple of runs scored and a stolen base last evening. 33-year-old veteran. And the first pitch of the ball game is taken inside.
He showed us last night that he will lay down a bunt, and more times than not, he's going to try to go to left and left center field. With that in mind, Lillibridge in shallow.
And the count 2-0. Outfield about equidistant, slightly to the left. Not as spread out as normal. And there's a strike, says Jeff Kellogg.
The umpires tonight, Jeff Kellogg behind the plate, Eric Cooper at first, Mark Carlson is at second, Tim Timmons at third. And I think tonight of critical importance is Johnny Danks and how he starts after last time out against the Angels, where he just had a very, difficult ball game.
Well, that's the first time, as we talked about during the game, that's the hardest I've ever seen him hit since he's been in the White Sox uniform. And it's the first time in maybe ever that I saw him out on the mound that he looked confused. And so we'll just have, as you just say, we'll have to wait and see. That's not a good way to start.
No, putting a speedster on, although with Chavez, who is pretty aggressive, and you can tell by his lead, there are certain leads where he's off just a little bit, other leads where he gets a little more adventuresome. He is a candidate to be picked off first base.
Well, he's in a situation at 33 years of age now. He's trying to be in the big leagues, and he's getting an opportunity because of all the injuries they've had in the outfield. So he's going to do everything in his power, everything that he is capable of doing to impress Ron Washington. As there's ball one to Elvis Andrus. 22-year-old shortstop, 1 for 5 last evening.
And he's another guy that has shown that he will bunt.
Big gap out there in left center, and here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
We got Andrus and the starting pitcher tonight, Matt Harrison, along with Neftali Feliz. In the Mark Teixeira trade, Atlanta giving up a lot of talent.
This is one of the things that got Johnny in his last outing, the count. And he's 2-0 to Andrus.
Well, you'd love to see him cut a fastball in on his hands and let him hit a ground ball to the left side.
And the count 3-0. The last time I can remember Johnny looking as confused was when he walked those first 4 hitters in that Minnesota outing a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember that was a great comeback for him, and that was that circulation problem.
There's a strike.
He'd given up 4 runs, runners at first and third, nobody out. Ozzie went to get him. He begged his way to stay in the game. Went 6 innings, giving up only those 4 runs.
Well, that was a building block in his career. That's foul back, so a full count.
Now maybe a good opportunity to try to pick off Chavez at first base, because you figure he's going to be going.
Pretty good lead. Does not go, and there's a little flipper, and that's going to be a base hit. So he'll make the turn, moving to third base. Runners at the corners and nobody out.
Good recognition by Andy Chavez as he took a look and realized that this changeup hit off the end of the bat was still going to get over Beckham's head.
Well, the worst thing that Johnny can say to himself right now is, here we go again.
No, you have to say, concede the run at third, think about getting the ground ball double play, get out of this inning with 1 run, and consider yourself a job well done.
And for you youngsters out there, you cannot worry about both runners, as he just said. You forget about the man at third base, but just forget about him. So here's Kinsler hitting at .255 homers. He's driven in 17. Takes a strike on the inside.
Kinsler, a very aggressive hitter. He does, however, have more walks than strikeouts. It's usually a pretty good sign. Only 18 strikeouts and 152 at bats.
And the count evens at 1. Well, when Kinsler is healthy, he's had some nagging injuries the last couple of seasons, and if he's healthy, there's not a more aggressive hitter in this league than Ian Kinsler. Cannot check it up, and the count 1-2. Michael Young on deck. Pretty good lead by Andrus. And that's chop foul. These two teams met 9 times last year, with the Sox winning 4 of the 9.
Ron Washington, who's got a very aggressive club this year. Andrus 13 for 13 in stolen bases. The team 39 out of 49. So they run often and well. Ozzie, realizing that he came off a terrific road trip at 6-3, only to see his team completely shut down by Colby Lewis last night.
Well, the Colby Lewis, as we talked about in the opening, on top of his game all evening. So on first pitch strike, and that's another foul tip. And that's the one thing about baseball, as we discussed. When you don't pitch well, you don't pitch well. It doesn't look good, but the perception is not real bad. But when you don't hit, everything looks bad. And the whole organization looks bad.
It's hard to hustle with 5 singles.
Sacks it up and count 2-2.
Rosanna stayed in there most of this at bat. That ball down and out of the zone, but he's trying to crowd Kinsler.
A little bigger lead now by Andrus.
John noticed what you noticed and decided to go over to first to make sure that he's going to get a double play and a ground ball. It's Dodge pitch tracks. You can see where most of the at bat has been, right in and down.
And another foul ball. So Johnny Danks, with 2 on here and nobody out in the first inning, is getting ready to throw his 21st pitch. There he goes. And another foul ball.
We talked about Kinsler and how difficult it is to strike him out. Andrus was going on a double play. They wouldn't have been able to turn it. But Kinsler, who's having a battling at bat, able to stay alive. He's fouled off some very tough pitches low and in. John's going to make his 10th pitch of the at bat.
And the 2-2. Nope. If you're just tuning in, Chavez walked to lead off the inning. And then a little duck snort, a real prototype duck snort by Andrus. And this is a jam that Danks is in. Then they turn it. Yeah. Beautiful turn right there by Beckham. And that's out number 2.
Good play all the way around. That ball hit off the end of the bat. Kinsler gets turned around in the batter's box. You see it right there. He lost a step. And Gordon, flat-footed throw, still had enough on it to get Kinsler by a step.
That was a terrific turn by Beckham.
And now the bases are empty. You have conceded the 1 run, but there's 2 outs and a chance to get out of the inning.
Curveball strike to Michael Young, hitting at .344, a couple homers each, driven in 31. Young 2 for 5 with an RBI last evening. And a count 0-2. Lifetime against Danks. The 34-year-old veteran has faced him 13 times and has 2 hits.
Well, this is a big if, but if the Sox come back and win this one, that last sequence where he battled a 10-pitch at bat with Ian Kinsler could turn out to be a big one. He's about ready to make his 26th pitch of the inning.
Well, this has been a terrific inning for the Rangers. If they don't score anything but the one.
Making the pitcher work and also making him show you everything he has in the first inning. What he hasn't shown him is something he hasn't used a lot of, and that's the curveball.
Started Michael off with a curveball and got it for a strike. He gone. But they come up with one, and after having to play us, the Rangers won in the good guys coming to bat.
Going to be Brett Lillibridge getting the start and leading off, and Ramirez and Dunn the DH with Konerko, Quinton, A.J. Pierzynski, the bottom third, Rios, Beckham, and Morel at third, inning ninth. The defense, and how they'll line up behind Harrison, Murphy, Gentry, and Chavez left to right, with Beltre, Andrews, Kinsler, and Young. Yorvit Torrealba behind the plate, and Matt Harrison on the hill. He's our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher. 3-4 this year, the ERA at 4.35. You can see left-handers have really done a lot of damage to him where he's gotten the right-handers out.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Lillibridge will lead it off. Brent hitting at .281, 3 homers. He's driven in 5. Takes that 94-mile-an-hour fastball low and away.
Well, Harrison's one of those guys where if he gets off to a good start, he usually has a decent game.
And the count 2-0.
But if he's having control problems, he can easily exit very early.
And there's the strike.
Both of these guys facing one another came out of the Atlanta Braves organization.
And that is shanked foul, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sox come in hitting at .246 as a club with a 4.11 team ERA. Good rip just underneath it.
That one at 97. So we've been told by Tom Grieve, who's one of the broadcasters, former general manager of these Rangers, that occasionally Harrison can get it up there in the upper 90s, but he pitches comfortably 91 to 93.
And there's a base hit. A good way to start. Oh boy, Brent.
He worked the count. Got a changeup. It's out away from him. Harrison doesn't throw many of these, and maybe that's the reason.
So here's Alexei. Hitting at .268, 5 homers. He's driven in 14. That's high and wide.
Harrison came over in a 7-player deal from the Braves with Neftali Feliz, Bo Jones, and Jared Saltalamacchia, and Mark Teixeira and Ron Mayhay.
Lillibridge 4 for 6 in stolen bases. Sox trying to cure some home park woes. 1-10 in the last 11 games here. And the count 2-0. Don't help him out. And there's the strike.
Somewhat surprising for Gentry, who has great speed, that he's playing so deep in center field.
I'll tell you, he didn't like to go back on the ball.
Yeah, apparently he just would rather charge it than take it over his head.
When you come to the ballpark and you look around and you see outfielders playing very deep, that's what that tells you. You see them playing shallow, and they'll tell you that they're not afraid to go back and get it.
No, there's many more of those balls that will dump in front of you than go over your head.
This should be. How many times has this happened lately?
Well, if he hit it to Beltre, he's going to make a perfect throw. But unfortunately, a leadoff single, at least for the moment, has gone for naught. High fastball up and out of the zone. Alexei, it's a tailor-made 5-4-3.
So here's Dunn.
Talked to Adam before the game, and he said, so the ball jumps out of here, huh? I said, yeah. It's going to have to get just a little warmer, but it will jump out. You'll have no problem at any part of this field.
1-1 to count. It's Adam. Dunn hitting at 203, 4 homers, 16 driven in. Tough to get him right there, right underneath the hands.
I'm up and in at 96. Adam's going to swing through that a lot. There's not a lot of guys that can do that.
Checks it up. That one at 98. Adams had terrific success against the Rangers. 15 for 35. That'll pencil out to 429. 7 homers and 11 RBIs. Checks it up. He did not go on a full count. That's the 4th best mark against Texas by any of their opponents, with a minimum of 30 at bats. Payout. There's a bullet, and the shift gets him right there. Kinsler playing back in short right field, so that's a hang with him. And after 1, it is 1-0 Texas. Felt emotions go out to the family and friends of the great Harmon Killebrew, passed away today. 573 home runs. 1969 American League MVP, and I want to tell you, as good a player as he was a better person. It's my pleasure to have played against Killebrew for 9 years. You know, what a sweet, sweet person. Baseball will definitely miss him. 2-0 the count to Beltre.
He split a lot of his time between Phoenix and Minneapolis. Played in a lot of charity golf tournaments with the man. And I never heard anybody with a bad word to say about him ever.
You never will.
No.
Guys like Harmon Killebrew, Frank Howard, you'll never hear a bad word about those guys. 2-1 pitch. Checks it up and takes strike 2. Well, I've seen, you know, you never saw Killebrew off the field when he didn't have a smile on his face. He always had a smile on his face. That's low and a full count. Not a big guy in height, but he was a big guy in width.
Yeah, he was a wide man.
He was like Viciedo, tank. That's popped up right side. Paulie's got to play, and he makes it. So 1 out. I was telling Joey Cora, we were talking about him prior to the game today, and I was playing left field in Kansas City, the old ballpark. Mo Drabowski was pitching. Killebrew came up, swung the bat, hit the ball. The bat exploded, just went in 2 pieces. And that was with the ash bat, not the maple.
That was when it was hard to break it back.
And in left center field, it was 401 in that ballpark with a 22-foot wall. Well, I went back, and that ball cleared that wall about 30 feet. Killer hit them straight up, and they just didn't come down. Murphy fouls that one away. And Johnny's going to have to do something about getting ahead of a couple of these hitters, because even though they don't have their complement of outfielders, as there's a strike, it's tough to pitch against anybody. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2.
Well, plus he's about ready to deliver pitch number 37.
And a full count.
I'm talking with Ron Washington. He expects within about 12 days or so to have 2 of his outfielders back. It's going to be a while for Pedro Borbon before he comes back, but getting Hamilton and Cruz back is going to make it a much stronger lineup.
He gone. That was a working man strikeout right there for Danks.
Threw that high fastball by him, put it in a perfect spot for a left-hander.
So here's Mike Napoli hitting at 200, but he does have 6 homers and 16 RBIs. It's a hard 200.
Well, when we see him with the Angels, that's what he could do. Wasn't the best catcher around, and wasn't going to hit for a high average most of the time, but he could hit the ball a long way.
And he falls behind him 2-0. That's not going to work. The more pitches they see, the more dangerous they become, and that's what happened with Edwin Jackson last night. 112 pitches and 5 in the 3rd inning.
And Napoli could very well be given the 3-0 green light here.
I would be surprised if he's not.
Juan Pierre, Edwin Jackson.
Taking all the way right there. We talk about it a lot of times. Managers manage the way they hit.
Ron Washington didn't hit too well.
No. And he walks him. So the second walk issued by Danks. The first one, last inning, Endy Chavez scored. Torey Alba, Jorvit hitting at 219. Yeah, when they get back Josh Hamilton and Nelson Cruz and Julio Borbon, that's going to be a different looking lineup.
Well, power at the corner outfield, tremendous speed in center field. But they've got 7 guys on the disabled list.
And another 2-0 count. Now it's 2-1. And it's 3-1. This will be the 49th pitch in an inning and 2/3.
Greg Gentry in the on deck circle.
So back-to-back walks. And Morales coming over. AJ's coming out. Gentry coming to the plate. And a reminder, you can organize a group outing of 20 or more during the season. Purchase a block of tickets or enhance your outing with one of 6 great party areas. So call 312-674-1000 and visit whitesox.com. Usually you know what's going on with Danks. You can see. But right now, after that last outing and the way things have gone for him this year, you don't know what's going on with him. You don't know if he's just something in his mechanics right there is causing him to be a little off with his control, or if he's just being very tentative after that last outing. Everything he threw up there never got to the catcher.
I think AJ went out there to try to give him a little confidence and tell him to stay aggressive. And a good stop, because that saved 2 runners moving up 90 feet.
And the count 2-0. He's been 2-0 on every hitter this inning. 5 straight. Well,
Don Cooper about ready to come out and have a word with John Danks.
There's one.
Well, if you're Gentry, you know you're going to get a fastball here.
And there's 2. Back-to-back walks.
And here comes Don Cooper.
So the 4th walk of the game, and 4th in the last 6 hitters.
When a pitcher who usually has control, and John Danks usually has control, when he stops having control, it's only one of 2 things. One is you're not feeling 100%, there's something wrong. And if that's not the case, then you've lost confidence in your stuff. And we've never seen John Danks lacking confidence in his stuff. So it could be, like you said, Hawk, last time out was such a tough outing. Even the outs were hard hit. It might have shaken his confidence somewhat, because he's not being near as aggressive as he usually is.
Well, so here's the leadoff hitter. He walked and scored last inning. Sacks packed. They have 1 run. That was in the 1st. They have the sacks packed here. And there's strike 1.
I think Lillibridge is playing fairly deep in left field for Chavez, who likes to flip the ball that way. And
well, he had a couple of pretty deep drives out there yesterday. So they moved him back. As there's another nice stop by AJ.
There's tremendous speed at first base in Gentry. Napoli and Torrealba, not so much.
And there's a strike. 1-2. And this will be pitch number 61 coming up in an inning and 2/3. So he's not going to be around much longer anyway. Hit to the shortstop. Bobbles. And it's 2-0 on the error by Alexa. That's his 7th error. That's what happens when you get wild and you're walking guys and your defense sits out there and it just gets back on the heels. That's just the way the game of baseball is.
It could very well be that Napoli screened him just a touch, but nope, looked like he had a clear shot at it, just bobbled the hopper. That ball just came up, hit him in the heel of the glove, and he couldn't corral it.
Well, if you're on your toes, you might get a different angle on it. So here's Andrus. He had a little duck snort into center field that put Chavez on third last inning. Well, I hope somebody gets underneath this one, as Alex will, and that'll retire the side. But they come up with a run, an unearned run. They didn't get a hit. He walked 3, and they lead it 2-0. Tim Angio, our director and the crew, went with Carlos Quentin. Stone Pony's going to go with Adam Dunn and Don Esposito, Mike Spadali, Shaw Booker, Matt Nykiel, Tracy Mobley, Jure McGee, and Leo Brady. And we're going to go with Brett Lillibridge, who has a hit.
You sure you're not picking these after the first time through the order? Because every time you read that, your guy has a hit.
If you're just tuning in, they have 2 runs on 1 hit, and that was a little bitty duck snort into center field, just over the head of Beckham. Only hit they had. And when you get a guy like Matt Harrison out there who has real plus stuff, and he's been struggling, the worst thing you can do for our side is to give him a quick lead, and that's what they've done without any damage whatsoever offensively.
Somewhat amazing. He has the all-time record for most wins by a left-handed rookie, 9 back in 2008.
Paulie hitting at .320, 10 homers. He's driven in 30. Lifetime against Harrison is 1 for 7. And that's foul.
Harrison trying to get a fastball inside on Paul, something that guys with better fastballs than him have had a hard time doing. Paulie has to protect. He stayed away with everything. That time he came inside.
Well, actually, it's a lot easier for a left-hander to get a fastball in on Paulie than a right-hander. Because that ball hit into right field. Chavez, and that's out number 1. And you can visit WhiteSox.com to check out the White Sox charities online auctions. Unique White Sox memorabilia and experiences will be posted every 2 weeks. So visit WhiteSox.com to place your bid. Here's Quentin. Hitting it .252, 8 homers. He's driven in 24. Takes a breaking ball strike. Quentin is 1 for 9 lifetime against Harrison, but it left the premises. There's some gas. That one at 97.
There's nothing wrong with his arm.
No, he's got plus stuff.
6'4", 240 pounds.
Big Tar Heel, Creedmoor, North Carolina.
This was a new experience for John Sherholtz when he made that Teixeira deal, because he usually doesn't give up, or didn't give up, that much talent. But he gave these guys their closer, their starting shortstop, and a left-handed starting pitcher with very good stuff.
Got that one by him at 98.
Why does the guy suddenly, a power hitter, start popping up the baseball like Carlos has done?
I told you earlier, you're getting streaks. Power hitters getting streaks, especially right-handed power hitters, more so than left-handers. For something, don't ask me why. They get in streaks that he's had pop-up-itis now for what, 10 days? That breaking ball, that's foul. And you just don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's just really frustrating.
Well, for Carlos, it's been frustrating because he started out pretty well.
And all it is a 32nd of a second.
As you can see, April pretty impressive, and May has been a struggle.
This guy's bringing it. He has got superior stuff. If he throws strikes, you really got your work cut out for you. He's got to make some mistakes, and that's what you got to hit, because you're not going to hit his good pitches. 2-2.
He has, however, been a very streaky pitcher. We'll show you just how streaky it's been for him. We'll take a look at the first 3 starts. He was absolutely unhittable. The last 4 starts, he's been very hittable.
And that's ball 4. Tried to trick him. 3-2. And it'll bring up AJ.
Well, that's been the big factor for him. He's got 20 walks and just 24 strikeouts. And with the stuff that we've seen him possess, you got to have a better walk to strikeout ratio than that.
Well, it's hard to be striking out guys when you're 2-0, 2-1, 3-1.
Yeah.
AJ has faced him 3 times and is 0 for 3. As he takes ball 1. No, he should be a guy who is well above strikeouts to innings pitched. And the count 2-0.
Well, he's also now 40 innings of work, giving up 5 home runs.
That is probably 2-0, 2-1, 3-1.
Partially a product of his ballpark and the fact that he does get behind a lot. So Torrealba going out there to try to get him settled down.
I know one thing, as long as he's healthy and doesn't have any arm problems, he's going to be running out to that bumper a long time.
Well, he's got a terrific pitching coach, Mike Maddox.
2 of the best in the business in this ballpark tonight.
There is no doubt about it. One with a lot more experience, and that's Don Cooper. Mike Maddox, one of the better of the younger generation of pitching coaches around.
And the count 3-0. Alex on deck. And there's 1.
Well, AJ's going to get a fastball here.
Now time is called. One out, and it's 3-1, and that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks by Harrison.
And here comes Mike Maddox. Talked to him about his stay in Milwaukee. It was kind of surprising that they would allow him to go. He said that he talked to him. He was a free agent. He talked to the Rangers. He said he took a look at the Rangers program. Talked to Nolan Ryan a bit. Liked what the Rangers had and decided that he was better off a little south of where he was. And they got themselves a good one.
Well, knowing Nolan Ryan, he had to like what Maddox was saying as well.
There's no doubt. Well, he's a guy that if he comes on the market, he's a guy that you go after and turn your entire pitching program over to him. Very much like Kenny Williams has done with Don Cooper.
So here's Rios. Alex at 197. 3 homers. He's driven in 10. He was 0 for 3 last night, but lifetime against Harrison 2 for 3. What is there one thing when you've had a lot of managers and a lot of pitching coaches come out to talk to you over your career? Is there one particular thing that stood out in your mind on a manager or a pitching coach saying when you were in a situation like Johnny Danks, for example, confused out there, didn't have your good stuff, or you good control? Well, here we go again, another double play. So that is 2 2 innings, and they lead it 2-0.
White Sox in-game live only on CSNChicago.com, brought to you by The Great Escape. So you're asking me about what a pitching coach said or a manager, and the best advice I got was from Ray Miller. He came out, I was struggling, and he told me, take your fastball and pick one other pitch and establish both of those. Don't throw your fastball, slider, curve, and change, because you can't get 4 pitches established. And that's probably good advice to John Danks.
As that ball hit into center field by Kinsler. On pitch, 1 out. He needed that. He's thrown 63 of them through 2 1/3.
He could use a 3-pitch, 3-out inning.
I have heard some things that would just, shock you.
The guys will tell pitchers?
Yeah. From good to funny to vicious. Vicious.
If you're a young enough pitcher, sometimes they'll ask you if you like the weather in AAA.
We had a pitching coach here, as a matter of fact. Went out one year to one guy and said, you know what? I've got a manager over here that's on my behind, and he wants to send you out of here so bad. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. If you don't start throwing some strikes, we're not going to send you to AAA. We're going to send you to A-ball.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's the incentive plan. Yeah, because at the time you're making about $5 a day for food. They didn't think apparently when you went to A-ball that you needed to eat that much like the guys in AAA.
As there's a little chopper. Nice play. And they get him. Underneath was the throw from Morrell, so 2 out. The best one I ever heard, of course, I can't say over the air. And then Elston Howard, who was a catcher for us, he came over from the Yankees with the Red Sox. We had a big game. We had a sinker ball pitcher out there who was very tentative, and it was a big game. I'm playing first base, and all of a sudden he walked a guy and he went 2-0 on the next guy. Ellie comes walking out and looked and got right in his face, maybe 3 or 4 inches from his face. And he said, so and so, he said, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. He said, if you don't start throwing strikes when this game is over, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to kick your behind from one side of that clubhouse to the other.
Well, there's an incentive plan.
The next pitch was a strike. The next pitch was a strike. And he needed that inning, a 1-2-3 quick one, but we still trail it 2-0. In the truck.
And they are working like dogs.
And they are just very working hard. And here's our producer. In the middle is our director. There's our sound guy.
You can tell he's working the buttons. That's how the things get done.
Oh, boy. It's Dog Day. Dog Night, I should say, here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, as Beckham can't get it. Two runs, 1 hit. No errors for them. No runs, 1 hit. 1 error for us.
When you're throwing that fastball 95 and it's on the outside corner, tough to hit. You better be thinking about right and right center.
You got that right, driver. You got that right. You try to. Now, if he makes a mistake, it's a different story. But your thought process better be off the plate a little bit. Take that slider away from him or that curveball down and in. And try to beat him in the right center.
That time he did make a mistake. He got it up and out over the plate. But Torrealba, after the inside show me pitch, wanted that ball away.
Now, Gordon's been having a lot of trouble with high fastballs. And until he starts laying off of them, he's going to continue to have trouble.
Well, Harrison shook off 3 pitches to get to that fastball away and finally got the pitch he wanted, and he got it there.
So here's Morel. Grant hitting at .226, no homers. He's driven in 8. Brent's going to take it, or try to take him into right field. Down and in. That's the most devastating pitch from a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed hitter.
Well, if you can't lay off it, your chances of hitting it are nil. That's why Steve Carlton's in the Hall of Fame.
Up the middle. Andrus got it. And a nice peg. Nice play. 2 out.
Well, one of the reasons why Andrus has 9 errors is because he gets to more balls than most shortstops. But this time he did the 360 spin and threw a strike to first base.
I can tell you, as we talked about it last night briefly, touched on it briefly, if you don't have a shortstop and the second baseman without a bunch of range in that ballpark in Texas, you're in trouble. Because it is quick. Bottom of the 3rd in Kansas City. Cleveland leading the Royals 3-1. And we've got those guys coming in tomorrow night. Jake Peavy, make your plans to be with us here at beautiful USA Field. Jake Peavy against Justin Masterson. And on Thursday, Gavin Floyd against Fausto Carmona.
Well, we got rained out into their 2 best. But they're getting 2 of our best.
Whoa. 1, 2, 3. He now has a couple of strikeouts and he leads it 2-0.
The 4th meal from Taco Bell. Open 1 a.m. or later.
David Murphy, Mike Napoli, Jorvit Torrealba here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 runs on 1 hit for their guys. No runs on 1 hit for our guys. We have 1 error that cost us a run. And then the other run was scored in the 1st inning. Leadoff walk. Little duck snort by Andrus. Put runners on 1st to 3rd, and Kinsler hit into a double play, scoring Chavez.
Murphy's been doing what a few of our hitters have been doing against Harrison. That's swinging at high fastballs out of the zone. That was a higher fastball in the zone.
2-2. Another full count.
Pitch number 75 on the way.
And again, the dreaded leadoff walk. 5th walk issued by Danks here in 3+ innings.
Well, you've got a perfect double play target in Mike Napoli. Grounded into 3 of them this year.
Back in the 2nd, with 2 out, nobody on, he walked and he came around to score without the benefit of a hit. Take strike one. And a count 0-2. Mike Napoli, for the most part, has been one of those swing hard in case you hit it guys.
That's him. Doesn't have a lot of adjustment on that swing.
And there will be days in the big leagues when you go to the plate, that you start your swing, you cut it loose, and you don't hit the ball, that pitcher hits your bat.
It's happened 6 times for him this year.
Going to the count. Murphy 4 for 7 in stolen bases. Check set up on that one.
There is one big problem with the pitch count at this level in the 4th inning, and that is that the 6-man rotation, you've got one less guy out of your bullpen. And Pena went an inning and 2/3 in last night's game. That shortens up the pen in a hurry.
There goes Murphy. And the hit and run works to a T. So the leadoff walk is going to move into 3rd. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Good call by Washington, especially with 2 strikes.
Good solid call, a surprising call in that situation at 1-2. But you couldn't have drawn it up any better because Beckham, who was shading toward the bag, is covering, and Napoli just took it into the vacated spot into right field.
Well, that big swing that Napoli had a while ago, only thing Washington trying to do is keep him on the ball. So here's Torrealba. He walked. That was back in the 2nd. In fact, after Napoli walked with 2 out, nobody on. Torrealba walked and Gentry walked. Into left field, and Lillibridge stays with it. Murphy will tag and score. So 2 leadoff walks, and they have both come around to score. Are they going to call for an appeal play? That was a good job by Murphy.
Well, here's the look, and we'll slow it down. Play is clearly caught. I don't think they're going to make the appeal at 3rd. Murphy realized that one way or the other, Lillibridge is going to be on the ground, so no reason to hurry.
No, that was a good play. He went back, even though it was short. So what Lillibridge had to do is there's a pop-up, caught, and now take your time. Doubles him off. But again, the leadoff walk crosses home plate. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, trailing 3-0.
Two pitchers hold the major league record for the most one-hitters in a career. You ponder that. We'll get back to you with the answer in just a bit.
Alexei Ramirez will lead it off. We trail at 3-0. They have 3 runs on 2 hits. To be followed by Dunn and Konerko. High into left field. Murphy. And that's out number 1. Lexington 0 for 2 with a 5-4-3 double play and a pop up to left. And Saturday, June 11th, well, that's Rat Pack night and fireworks presented by Palmer House Hilton. The Sox take on the Oakland A's at 6:10, so enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Palmer House Hilton. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Adam Dunn hit the ball very hard the first time up, but he hit it right into the teeth of the shift. The shift that they are in again. Whatever Mike Maddox told Harrison, he's starting to get the first pitch over.
And the count 0-2. Yeah, he hit a rope, like a humpback line drive. Kinsler, who's playing about 30 feet back out on there with grass, made the catch. And that's foul back.
Rangers come into this one a half-game lead over the Angels. They've been a mediocre road team at 7-10. They've been dominant at home at 15-9.
That one upstairs at 96.
Look at the newest hitting coach, Thad Bosley, along with Ron Washington.
You can see the wrap from up here. You can't see it from home plate. Full count. Look at this little broken bat, and he's there. So that's out number 2. And it'll bring up Paulie. Come on, Paulie. Another wrap, another breaking ball, the curve, and the count 0-1. Fastball hitting the hole. Andrus got plenty of time. Knows it, takes it, makes it. 1-2-3 inning. That is 7 in a row retired since Maddox went out and talked to him. You're the 500 texture. You could win $5 footlongs from Subway. That is into the gap. So this guy is reached base twice now. He walked and scored leading off the ball game. Actually, he's reached 3 times and reached on an error by Alexa that cost us a run. Now the leadoff double.
Andy's been around for a while, and he probably was wondering if he'd get another shot in the major leagues. And it took 3 injuries to do it, but here he is, and he certainly is making the most of it, especially in this series.
And their scouts sitting downstairs watching the same thing that we are. Andrus had that little bloop. Ducks north.
There's a few of the scouts sitting by. You can tell stopwatches.
That's popped up.
They probably have already written that neither Andrus nor Gentry can bunt very well. That is a huge break.
So here's Kinsler. He's hit into a 6-4-3 double play, and he's gone out to center. Takes a strike. Come on, Johnny, bow your neck, buddy. And there's another strike. Well, we had a good game called by Tim Timmons last night, and Jeff Kellogg's calling himself a good game this evening.
And both of those pitches were on the inside part of the plate. They were both strikes.
I'll tell you, that series that we had, that ball. Nice play by Morrell. Saves the run. Don't throw it away. Johnny makes a good catch right there. And that's out number 2. Beautiful play by Brent Morrell.
Here's our Home Depot doing more on defense. And it does indeed save a run. Terrific play by Brent Morrell. And Johnny Dates acting almost like a cutoff man. Able to make the play.
So they're going ahead and put Michael Young on. This will be the 6th walk issued by Danks if you're just tuning in. He had 1 in the first. That scored. 3 in the second. The first one scored.
To give you an idea how rare it is for Michael Young to get an intentional walk ahead of Adrian Beltre, this is the first time it's happened this year.
Beltre twice has fouled up Scanerco. A lot of times what managers will do in that situation is, especially in the middle of the game after a guy's had a couple of at-bats, if he doesn't look like his body language is there or whatever, you know, he's having a tough time, they'll go ahead maybe sometimes and roll the dice. They just don't go strictly on numbers.
Well, Young is an 80-point better hitter than Beltre. I mean, Beltre's got a lot of power.
Right.
A lot of power.
Yeah. One swing of the bat right here, and we could be toast. High. He just missed it.
No toast.
No toast. Thank you very much. Halfway home, we trail at 3-0. They go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're facing a young man, if you're just joining us out there, in Matt Harrison, who's got plus stuff. He's hit 98 a few times tonight, 97 a lot, 96. We have 1 hit. We have no runs. Quentin has walked. That's up high. That one in 94. And the count 2-1. Indians now leading Kansas City 4-1. Game in the bottom of the 4th.
Nice to start off this 5th inning with a walk. You walk Quentin and AJ back to back in the 2nd.
That's when Mike Maddox came out, and since then he's retired everybody he's seen. He threw that one right by him at 98.
He's still got plenty of gas.
Plus. Well, Tom Grieve, one of their broadcasters, Tag is his nickname, said the last pitch he threw against the Yankees was at 98. He walks him. The dreaded leadoff walk. Now let's make him pay. Come on, boys. Don't stop now.
Here's our AT&T trivia question. We asked you earlier what two pitchers hold the Major League record for most one-hitters in a career. Is Nolan Ryan one of them? Nolan Ryan and Bob Feller. Only 12 one-hitters. That's all they had.
Well, where was Cy in that equation? Cy Young. He had to throw a few no-hitters, one-hitters.
I would think so, especially with over 800 decisions. He took the ball, and that was about it. It wasn't the days you were looking for the bullpen.
I know one thing. One of my buddies texted me. I'm going back a few years now. We were talking about this in the old ballpark. That's how long ago it was. And he said that on this particular day, as A.J. fouls it back, A.G. Spalding pitched a shutout against the crosstown rivals, and on the same day, General Custer was going down at Little Bighorn.
Yeah. That's when it started.
1-1 to count. Curveball. They're going to get the lead man.
And Carlos goes tumbling across the bag. He had made a decision there would not be a double play. So he went rolling across second base. Take another look at this particular slide. That's not what you want to do, because you can break an ankle that way. And
you see Elvis.
You keep rolling. Elvis is looking at him go rolling toward left field.
What are you trying to do? As that pitch taken downstairs, Alex 0 for 1 hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the second inning. Just joining us, we only have one hit. That was from our first hitter in the bottom of the first, Brent Lillibridge. Got a change up and hit it in the hole between third and short. Colby Lewis, the winner last night. He shut us out 4-0.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Joe Grube is a mechanical wizard.
And there's ball 4. Yes. So 2 walks this inning.
And 4 of them overall. And here comes Maddox once again, as his young left-hander is walking himself into a hole.
And the Aussie plan includes your choice of 13 games, including the BP Crosstown Cup Series against the Cubs, and matchups against the Twins, matchups against the Yankees, and matchups against the Red Sox. So the Aussie plan is available right now. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
Jackie Moore standing to the right of Ron Washington.
A former roommate. Nickname is Hud from the movie.
Been around this game a long time.
And a sweet guy. Just a sweet person. That's up high. Beckham struck out. And there's a strike. One and one to count. Gordon's got to make him get the ball down. Check that, 2-1. 2 on 1 out. 2-1 to count here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Bad Guys. And the count 3-1.
Brent Morel in the on-deck circle.
Come on, Gordon. Looking for it, got it, and couldn't do anything with it. Good pitch for him to hit. That was down. That was hittable for him. Ball 4 base hit.
Right in the same spot that you got him the last time.
So the 3rd strikeout for Harrison.
Throws that one right over the outside corner.
That 3-1 was a pitch that he had to do something with. And that one wasn't bad, but the 3-1 was right there.
Giving up just a leadoff base hit. Other than that, it's been control that's gotten him into a couple of jams.
So here's Morel. Brent grounded out to short. Takes it right there at 97. And that's low. Big pitch right here, the 1-1. One and 2 the count. Got a big strike zone right now. Brent does. That ball hit deep. Way back. Murphy looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes. 3-run bomb by Brent Morel, and this game is tied at 3.
It was the walks that got him in trouble, and the first home run for Brent Morel. Our Ford home run replay, a fastball, inner portion. It was up, and it was gone. And just like that, a brand new game tied at 3.
Don't stop now, boys, as here is Lillibridge. Takes a curveball strike. Grant 1 for 2, had that first inning single. Good rip underneath it. Meanwhile, a count 0-2. Those 2-0-3-1s long enough. The more pitches they see, the more dangerous they become.
377 very happy feet.
As he gets him, but the 3-run homer by Brent Morel would go to the 6th. 3-3 tie. Brent Morel's 3-run bomb off Matt Harrison. Johnny Danks got a new life here now, and David Murphy to lead it off. Takes first pitch strike. Murphy has struck out, walked, and scored.
ready to deliver pitch number 100. But if anything can give you a burst of adrenaline, it's seeing your third baseman hit a 3-run bomb and tie it up.
Good pitch.
Here's our AT&T U-verse multi-view. The cast of characters.
Outfield swung around to the left. They're spread out. Look at the play by Paulie. Johnny, get over there. He will. Beautiful play by Konerko.
That one was ticketed for right field. Ball with a good first step quickness to his right. And Johnny Danks had to really hustle to beat Murphy to the bag.
Yeah, Johnny thought that was a base hit. He became a spectator for a second and then recovered.
You don't want to cross over that foul line. But sometimes you have very little choice if you get off late. Gary Pettis making sure that Eric Cooper's call was correct, and he beat him by a half step.
Strike to Napoli, who has walked and scored and singled on a hit and run. Morel. And that's out number 2. So here comes Torrealba. He has walked and also has a sacrifice fly. There's a curveball strike.
Well, there's been 10 walks in this game and only 5 hits combined.
Well, they have 3 runs. Johnny's walked 6, and of the 3 runs they have, all 3 of those 6 have scored. 2 leadoff walks, 1 coming with 2 out, nobody on. He walks Napoli, Torrealba, and Gentry. There's that little Bolingbrook bounce, and that's a quick. He needed it. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-3. Bulls post-game live right here on Comcast Sportsnet and CSNChicago.com. Immediately following the game, get highlights and analysis from Ken McGill, Mark Shanowski, and Stacey King. Plus chat line with all 3 during each game on CSNChicago.com. Alexei Ramirez, 0 for 2. Will start us off here in the bottom of the 6th. Takes outside.
Well, now we'll see if Harrison can get the concentration back. He was in command, suddenly out of command.
Alexei just missed that one. As Gentry takes over from Murphy. 1 out.
Once you hear that center fielder call for it, you've got to give way. There's a high fastball. And Gentry made the play.
So here's Adam. He is lined very hard to Ian Kinsler in short right field. And he's looped out to Michael Young at first. 3-3-0 for them, 3-2-1 for us. Breaking ball, that's high. And that ball into right center field. It's a can of corn for Gentry.
Oh, he's very fast. Got a good break on that ball. Adams hit the ball hard twice. 0 for 3 to show for it. Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay. Hard hit. But Gentry makes a play easily.
So Paulie has gone out to right and grounded to short. Takes a breaking ball strike. One and one to count.
Harrison has now given up 6 home runs. And it's a fairly high total for a young man with this kind of stuff.
That's the counts.
Gets him in where hitter can look for a fastball.
Well, the 3-2 pitch to Brent. Good example. 2-0, 3-1, 3-2. Yep. You're going to get burned. I don't care what kind of stuff you get. The most precious thing that a guy has, a hitter has, is the batter's box itself, because you can create your own strike zone. And the next thing is the counts. That's what you go up there and you battle your behind off to get ahead. When you're facing a good pitcher or a guy with terrific stuff, and you can work him to 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, you got a shot. You're dangerous. As he gets him, pulls a string on him right there. 1-2-3 inning, and we're into the 7th.
And it's off on yet another long road trip. 3 in Texas, 4 in Toronto. That one culminates with 3 in Boston. That's our Feldco upcoming schedule.
Top of the 7th inning in this 3-3 tie. It'll be Gentry, then back to the top. The order was Chavez and Andrus. Pitch number 110 for Danks. And it's the strike.
Now for the first time tonight, the bullpen up and going for the Sox.
Curveball strike, and the count 0-2.
Jesse Crane loosening up in the pen.
Nice. Good changeup right there. Turned it over, down and away. And that's out number 1. And you can join the Cy Sox mobile group by texting OAK, O-A-K, for a chance to win $50 in Comiskey cash and 4 tickets to the game June 10th versus Oakland. Text OAK, O-A-K, to Shy Sox 244-769 to be entered to win. You can stick it in your pocket.
No, just a tremendously executed bunt. That's the second bunt in as many nights by Chavez. And Endy has 5 hits and a walk in 2 games. Once you get it by the left-hander who falls off to the right side, with that speed, you can't get him.
5 for 8 in the series.
It's a battle for John Danks. He didn't have his great stuff, but he hung in there. Leaves with the game tied. Jesse Crane's going to come in. We're going to step out, and we'll be back after these messages.
Winner of the series takes home the BP Crosstown Cup. White Sox Cubs at U.S. Cellular Field, June 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
And here's our Verizon call to the pen. And it is Jesse Crane, who's 0-1. His ERA just under 3, on for the 17th time. He inherits Endy Chavez at first base, representing the go-ahead run. Johnny Danks battled. He got the game into the 7th inning, a game that it looked like he could have been out of any time earlier in this one. But he leaves with the score tied.
So here's Elvis Andrus with 1 out. Pick him off, Jesse. Chavez looking to run. Had a stolen base last night. Cleveland leading Kansas City 6-1, 6th inning in Kansas City. Outfield around to the right. And that's into right field. Quentin comes in, now goes back a little bit. And it's out number 2. So 2 down to the second baseman, the third place hitter, Ian Kinsler. Kinsler is hit into a 6-4-3 double play, but that scored a run back in the first inning, and he's going out to center. And then Brent Morrell made a beautiful play, robbing him of a hit in the 5th. Takes fastball strike right there at 95.
Jesse's had a good overhand curveball most of this year. I said fastball's always in the mid-90s.
Jesse's also done something against Texas. It's really been phenomenal. He is 2-1 with a 0.00 ERA in 21 2/3 innings and 18 relief appearances against the Rangers. His 0.00 ERA is the lowest by any pitcher in baseball history versus Texas, with a minimum of 20 innings.
Well, little defense cost him that loss.
Pops him up. Beckham makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch, tied at 3. First pitch to Carlos Quentin. Swung on and missed here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-4-0 for the Rangers. 3-2-1 for our guys. Quentin's been to the plate twice and walked twice. Boy, what a nice bounce back by Johnny Danks. Man, that hopefully will get him going. That was he walked 1 in the first, it scored. He walked 3 in the second. With 2 out, nobody on, and the first walk scored. He walked the leadoff man, Murphy, in the 4th, and he scored. High in the left. And we saw the Bulldog get him come out.
Well, he's going to get a no decision tonight.
I'll tell you,
this was a game that this was a game that he had to take late because of the 6-man rotation, the shortness in the bullpen. He couldn't leave this game early, and after absolutely a bewildering start of the game, he got his confidence back. He stayed in long enough to watch Brent Morrell tie it up.
AJ has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and scored. And that fouled down changeup. And the count 1-1.
Ranger bullpen up and going for the first time.
AJ looking for it, got it, fouled it off. That one at 95. Matt Harrison out of Creedmoor, North Carolina. Boy, he has got some talent. Got him. 2 down.
Harrison heats him up. And the bullpen up and going. It's Epley, a sidearm right-hander. Almost a submarining right-hander.
Bring him on.
Well, I would assume with the 105 pitch mark, he's going to be on in the not too distant future.
That curveball, you can, as I mentioned, you can see the wrap from up here. You can't see it at home plate. Here's a shot base hit. So 2-out single bounce. And that'll bring up Gordon, who's had 2 tough at bats, 2 strikeouts. He's had some good pitches to hit, just hasn't been able to do anything with them.
I'm sure Maddox asking him, you got enough left to get me 1 more out. I'm not asking for any more than that. 1 more out. And usually what a pitching coach will tell you is, whatever you got, I want to see it.
And a reminder, tickets for White Sox home games at U.S. Cellular Field on sale right now. Tickets start at just $12 per seat. And the schedule is full of great matchups, promotional nights, and post-game fireworks. So WhiteSox.com or 866-SOX game. 2 out. Good speed at first. Rios 4 for 6 and stolen bases. And the count 1-0. And the count 2-0.
Looks to be a little something off that fastball now, as Harrison is ready to deliver pitch 109. Maybe he'll give Gordon that hittable fastball he's been looking for.
Got him picked off. Michael with a throw, and they get him. Mark Carlson with the call, and that'll do it. We'll go to the 8th, tied at 3. Chris Bowden on the report, and we're into the 8th. Michael Young, Adrian Beltre, and David Murphy to face Jesse Crain.
Well, the heart of the order, and that scoreless streak is going to be put to the test for Jesse right here.
Young is 0 for 2 with an intentional walk. Checks it up and takes ball 1.
Here's our United Airlines leaders of the game, and it's Rangers all-time leader in hits, doubles, and triples, and you're looking at him. It's Michael Young.
He's the player. What an unsung player. Today they say under the radar. This guy is, all he's been is just terrific.
Year after year, and they've placed him a number of different spots, and this year they've asked him primarily to be a designated hitter. Although Ron Washington told me that once every series, this of course being a short series, but once every series he gets him in either at first or second base just to make sure that he stays sharp.
The 1-1 pitch. There's a shot base hit in the center field. So the leadoff man aboard.
Young 4 for 4 in stolen bases, so you've got to keep a close eye on him. Doesn't run all that often, but he runs effectively.
Beltre, he's 0 for 3. Last time up he just missed one. High towering fly ball. Can't get the breaking pitch. And the count 0-2 on a changeup. Starts him off with a little slurve. He comes back with a change.
And both of them out away, and both of them Beltre missed by plenty.
One of the more fun players in the American League to watch play. Goes with that curveball deep into right field. Quentin. So Young's going to tag. Here's the throw.
Well, Carlos caught that ball and didn't think that Young was going to tag up, because he wasn't set up. He was drifting with a ball that was slicing away from him. And we'll take a look. He takes a step or two before he gets ready to deliver it. Now Young is going back to the bag. Carlos right here with a couple of extra steps, and that's what allowed Young to get in at second base. Heads up base running.
From a heads up player.
Yes, sir.
So they're going to put Murphy on. This will be the 7th walk issued by Sox pitching, 11th in the game.
Well, they do have Chris Davis sitting over there on the bench.
So here comes Napoli. He has walked and scored, singled, and grounded to third. Tell you what, I am really proud of Johnny Danks after that last outing, last time out, when he got hammered. He could have spit this one out tonight, but he did not.
There was no doubt about it. He started off hot, and you could tell he was shaky. He just had no control, no command. He just got it back. Don Cooper went to the mound. They talked. I'm sure they talked on the bench.
Grant to second, to first. They can't get in there, but what a beautiful play by Morrell and a great effort.
And here comes Ozzie. He's going to want to talk with Eric Cooper about this one. Well, Brent Morrell is the reason why this game is tied at 3, and he's done it with both the bat and the leather. He took a base hit away from Napoli, and Ozzie goes out, has a smile on his face.
I thought he was safe.
I think that's what Cooper said to Ozzie. Nice run, get some exercise, but realistically, he was there.
Well, that's close.
Very close. But essentially, you're not going to win a judgment call. It looked almost like a tie. And Napoli was helping out Eric Cooper, of course, by giving him the safe sign as he went across the bag.
So here's Torrealba. A walk, a sacrifice fly, and a ground out to third. Well, that was a terrific effort by our young third baseman and second baseman. First pitch, breaking ball, strike.
Well, Morrell's had just a terrific night. When he goes back and takes a look at plays he's made, and of course that line drive rocket of a home run to tie it up, he'll be very proud of himself this evening.
He's going to be a heck of a player.
I don't doubt that for a minute.
He's going to be a heck of a player. You can see that coming a couple of years ago in spring training. Got a demeanor like Creedy, Joe Creedy, very quiet, doesn't say boo. Yes, he did. And the count 1-2.
Torrealba throws up his hands, and so does Cooper. He said, "You swung. What can I tell you? You swung by plenty. That wasn't even close."
Close. Pretty good pitch right there. Pretty good pitch.
Could have gone either way. Look at where the 4 shows up. It's a breaking ball. just.
That's where he caught it.
An eyelash.
That 4 ends where he caught it, not when it went over the plate. And here's a 2-2. It's full.
Now, Paulie has already told Jesse Crane that he is going to play behind Napoli at first base to get a little better angle if Torrealba shoots one that way.
And the payoff pitch. Pops him up. Alexei. And that'll do it here in the top of the 8th. We are still tied at 3. And after the game, stay tuned for Galaxy White Sox postgame live. Get analysis from Chuck and Bill, plus go live to Ozzy's postgame remarks. You don't want to miss that. So don't miss Galaxy White Sox postgame live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
And it's Cody Epley who comes into the game. He's 1-0. Get that plain ERA of 7.27 on for the 9th time. 8 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned runs. He's given up 3 home runs in 8 2/3 innings. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. And left-handers usually get a pretty good look at a sidearm or submarining right-hander. And we'll see how he fares tonight.
I can tell you one thing. They want to get rid of that Matt Harrison. We'll take him.
He's got a great arm. Just a great arm. He went 7 innings tonight. Gave up 3 runs. Gave up 3 hits.
Well, when you walk 2 guys in an inning, you're supposed to give up. In the big leagues, you're supposed to give up 1.
Yep.
In this case, Morrell got him for 3. But Matt Harrison's going to win some ball games. So here we go. Beckham at the plate. He was at the plate when they picked off Alex. Takes it low and away.
Sergio Santos throwing in our bullpen. Their bullpen also loosening up.
And the count 2-0. And it's 3-0.
Arthur Rhodes losing in the pen.
Boy, what a good one he's been.
For a long time.
Wow. And there's the strike. Don't help him out. It's only men, really men. And there's ball 4, so the dreaded leadoff walk.
Let's take a look at the night of Brent Morrell. And it's been a good one. First, the defense, saving a run there. Then the offense, driving home 3 with his first home run. And then a little more defense. Almost getting a double play. Certainly saving yet another run.
And now, get him over. Tough to bunt off a sidewinder.
Well, you got to get in the front of the box, make sure that your feet are squared up, and make sure that you don't tip the head of the bat or you're going to pop it up. And you're right, it is tough to hit those side viewers.
Well, I know what's not. You know more about bunting than I do.
Well, I did, yeah. I couldn't hit. I got to triple digits. I did hit 100. But I could lay it down. And that is by just catching the ball with the bat.
Now to count 1-2. Now you got to cinch it up and hunker down, 22. Attaboy. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sweeping breaking ball missed on the outside corner.
Outfield, Gentry really way deep. Same for Murphy.
They're playing a no doubles set where with nobody out, a single can come back to haunt you. That was a good breaking slider. And
So 1 out.
This is why he's so tough on the right-handers. Our Dodge pitch tracks. That ball just explodes over the corner.
Yeah, that was a late breaker. The ball got about 10, 12 feet from home plate and just took off.
And
to the right angle.
Dallas McPherson, who was just called up, getting an opportunity, and now we'll see if he's going to face Arthur Rhodes. Gary Pettis motioning out to Andy Chavez to move back in right field.
That's what he was doing at Charlotte. Back to the middle base hit. That boy Dallas. He makes the turn, and that's playing that deep. It's going to be first and third with no questions asked.
Well, it's somewhat surprising. You've got Arthur Rhodes up, and you bring in your left-hander, and you let a guy who has been very vulnerable to left-hand hitters face him. And Dallas goes right back up the middle. Gordon goes to third, and runners at the corners with the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and Mike Maddox to the mound again.
That's a nice thing. Just get called up. Martin had to go on the DL. First pitch you see, you just get a big base hit. And hopefully it will come to score.
And that's a big base hit. Sidearm right-handers and left-hand hitters make for a huge advantage for the left-hand hitter. Now Jeff Kellogg going out there to break it up. And I'm sure what they talked about was the possibility of Brent Lillibridge laying it down. Alexi laying it down.
Alexi is 0 for 3.
Driving home the run from third with less than 2 outs. A huge situation here.
All right, infield in.
Well, at first they set up back, and it was somewhat surprising because of the speed of Ramirez.
Here's where a right-handed hitter against a sidewinder like this guy, you got to walk right to him. You got to make your approach right to him and try to take it in to right field. Ball gets by. Here he comes. Sox leading 4-3. Yes.
Epley with his first wild pitch, and it couldn't come at a better time.
The dreaded leadoff walk comes around to score. Don't stop now, boys. Pick him up, Alexei.
Sweeping breaking ball. This ball in the dirt, but Torrealba tries to backhand it. Not recommended, because if you miss, it does that.
Here at second, again, Kinsler's going to hang out. And there's a strike. Come on, Alexei. Blow your neck, buddy. Four, 4-1 for us. 3-5-0 for them here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's the bunt, but it's going foul.
Pretty good idea. They'd have never had him.
Terrific concept.
But it trickled foul.
For their guys in the 9th, it'll be scheduled hitters. Gentry. Then back to the top of the order with Chavez and Andrus. But we still can do some more damage right here. Breaking ball. Good approach right there by Alexei. You have got to walk towards these sidewinders. If you get jammed, you get jammed.
If Alexei walks any closer, he's going to be on the mound because he's at the top of that box now.
I'm talking about your move.
Yep. He can hit the ball to right field.
Where that left foot is right now, he's got to keep it at least in that direction, or maybe even a little more towards first. On his approach to the pitch. And that's outside. Full count. 2 years ago when he first came up here, Gordon Beckham, he had one of the best approaches to hitting the sidewinder of anybody you want to see.
And that's the year that he just wore out right center field.
That's where he hit him.
Yep.
Pale. And that's ball 4. Now we'll see Rhodes.
Well, if he'd have gotten Ramirez, then you could walk Dunn. You can't walk him now. Ron Washington, who chose not to bring in Rhodes, face McPherson, goes and gets him.
Yeah, he's going to the leadoff walk. Boy, I'll tell you, we have had 3 leadoff walks scored tonight. So, that play departs, and we'll be back. WhiteSox.com for details.
Our Verizon call to the pen is the venerable Arthur Rhodes. Venerable means you started playing when there was 2 bases.
You're old.
He's 1-2. 4.50 ERA on for the 12th time. 10 innings total. He inherits runners at first and second. Adam Dunn looking to pad the lead with Sergio Santos loosened up and ready to go in the pen.
1 out. Adam 0 for 3. He's hit the ball very hard twice. And he had a good pitch to hit and all over it, just underneath it.
Our Dodge pitch tracks. First ball, fastball. Just about where Adam would really like it.
Well, he's 0 for 14 in his career against Arthur Rhodes, and he's an 0-2 right here.
Looks like the odds are in his favor.
It's not a flip a coin. Come on, Adam. That's high and wide. Paulie on deck. Good speed aboard. Pierre at second. Ramirez. And Andrus standing right behind the bag. Right where he should be. So 2 down. And here comes Paulie. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and he's 0 for 3 lifetime against Rhodes.
Big insurance run standing out there at second base. Juan Pierre with a pretty nice lead. Nobody paying much attention to him.
They sure were with 1 out. Standing 2 feet from the bag.
Yep. There's Sergio.
And there was a good hook from Arthur.
He'll be looking for save number 6. Unless, of course, Paulie decides he wants to hit one out of the ballpark.
High and wide. And Pierre did not get a good eyeball on that one. You're just tuning in. Texas with a run in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Then a big 3-run homer by Brent Morrell in the 5th. And we have added 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. On a wild pitch. There's a shot. Look at the play right there by Andrus, and he's going to get him at first. My goodness, what a play by Elvis Andrus. Man. So he saves the run. We pick up 1. We'll go to the 9th leading 4-3. Man.
Play by Elvis Andrus. He dives for this ball in the hole. Now he takes a look at third, where there is no play. From deep in the outfield, he gets it across in plenty of time. What an outstanding effort. Juan Pierre came in the game to pinch run. He'll take over in left field. And Sergio Santos will come in the game. There you look at some wonderfully impressive numbers. He'll be looking for save number 6. 19 innings of work, no runs on 8 hits.
And here's Mitch Moreland to hit for Gentry, who was 0 for 2 tonight. Here we go. 3 outs to get. 4-3 good guys, top of the 9th. Paulie guarding the line at first. And that's ball 1.
Moreland having a good year. 289, 5 home runs, 12 driven in, but only 1 opportunity to pinch hit this year, where he's 0 for 1.
Rips that one foul.
He's not getting between Paulie and the bag. I know that for sure, because he's almost standing on the line.
'25-year-old slugger from Amory, Mississippi. Oh yeah, pull a string on him. Good changeup, good motion, good action. Owen checked at 1 and 2.
That's really what sets Sergio apart. The fact that he can get up there 96 and then throw you one of these. If you haven't seen it, he's still got a slider that disappears.
And the count 2-2. Take him right here, Serge. You don't want to go forward. That's a full count.
Got to go back to that straight change. Andy Chavez in the on-deck circle, and he's had quite a series.
Payoff. Got a little help. Thank you.
That ball was way out of the zone. Moreland in protection mode fouled it off.
And once again, the payoff. Oh, nice. Nice change up. Out in front. One out. A big out.
Well, you got 3+ major league pitches, and you've discovered your closer, even though nobody wants to call him the closer.
It's like we said, it'll sort itself out.
And it certainly has. Still 2 big outs to go, but this is a huge weapon at the end, and you still have to watch for the bunt.
Now that's one of the big assets of Pierzynski. As a hitter, and all hitters know it now, when you go to that plate, you got to be looking for anything in that guy's arsenal on any count. One-0 pitch. And there's a strike. Chavez has walked and scored. That was leading off the ball game. Then reached on an error in the second inning. They had scored a run. They had scored their first 2 on just 1 hit. He doubled in the 5th, and he had a bunt single in the 7th. And you got Morel guarding the line in at the cut of the grass at 3rd. And the count 1-2. Paulie again guarding the line at 1st.
Well, that time he heated him up to 97.
That's what he needed to square it up.
So now Morel can move back a couple of steps.
He gone. He knew it. 2 down.
Well, they've seen the whole arsenal now, and they realize why Sergio is yet to give up a run this year. He's got the great changeup, the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and just when you think you've seen him, he drops this one on you. The late breaking slider over the outside corner.
So here's Andrus. Morel, right where he should be, and this ball game is over. So the Sox down 3-0, get a tremendous lift on a big, after 2 walks, 3-run homer by Brent Morel, and boy, that turned everything around, Stone Pony.
Well, this was a game that you went down wondering if that offense would come. It did. The leather and the lumber from Brent Morel, and some pretty solid bullpensmanship from Crane and Santos. A huge game to win. Split with Texas. Send them out of town. Cleveland's coming in town, and this was a big one.
And let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is the just turned 24-year-old Brent Morel, with throwing the leather and throwing the lumber. Boom! Off Matt Harrison. 3-2 fastball up, and he heard it. Our GMC player of the game. And look at this one. Great effort by Morel. Great effort by Beckham. Just missed turning that double play. So the Sox split this series. pick up our 6th game victory, I should say, here at home. Go to 18-25. And coming off that 6-3 road trip, winning this game, we got the Cleveland Indians coming to town tomorrow. Make your plans to be with us. Jake Peavy against Justin Masterson in that game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. But right now, let's go down to the field level.
All right, guys, thanks. I'm with Brent Morella in front of the Sox dugout here. 5th inning, your first home run of the year. Take us through that at bat. That was a big one.
Yeah, my first at bat, he kind of threw me a little slider down and in, so just trying to stay inside the ball. Unfortunately for me, he left a fastball, replay a little bit, and got lucky, put a good swing on it.
I know how badly you guys have wanted to win at home here in front of all these fans. How nice is it to get a win, just the 6th of the year here?
Yeah, we've been struggling as a team lately, and had a good road trip, and hoping to carry that momentum over to the home, and it's nice to play well in front of these fans.
You got a little momentum now. You got Cleveland coming in for 2 games here, a chance to move up in the division as well. How big is that?
Yeah, it's a big series. Cleveland's first in baseball right now, so anything we can do to gain some ground in the division and hopefully keep this going.
Brent, appreciate your time. Congratulations, big home run tonight.
All right, thank you very much. As the Sox win it 4-3, 4-4-1 for our guys, 3-5-0 for their guys. Crane the winner. Epley takes the loss. So for my partner, the Stone Pony, Steve Stone, for our director, Jim Angio, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., and so for the mayor, man who runs the booth up here, Mean Joe Grube. And with us up here in the booth, we got Frank Leone, Tom Hoover, Frank D'Amato. This is the Hawk. So long, everybody.